here that we're seeing in Clay Center, Kansas. It is 4 p.m. Central, and Storm Chaser Scott Peak with United Cajun Navy just saw some dust whirling up from the base of the ground here, along with that small rope tornado, Clay Center, Kansas. So this is a series of storms that is moving from Kansas into Nebraska with some tornado warnings along that leading edge. I'm Chief Meteorologist Amy Metz. We're going to go ahead and listen to some of Scott's stream now, and I'll go ahead and get the radar up after I share this a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and check any kind of questions in here. For now, let's hear what Scott has going on.
Going for it. Bro, you really gotta put your seatbelt on. Wait, you gotta put your seatbelt on because you're.
Well, that audio isn't coming in quite clear, but what we did see was just that really slender tornado from Clay Center. This is not the only one from today. Across the border from Kansas into Nebraska, there was also another brief tornado seen on the ground. That was from reports of Odell, Nebraska, from a firefighter. It says that it was really briefly on the ground after another storm chaser had seen a funnel. And what we're looking at now on the right side of the screen is still that tornado. So some of this is covered up a little bit from Scott's windshield with the water splashes on it from the rain. But right behind that, underneath where you see the his device to hold his camera up, there is a debris swirl on the ground. So what looks kind of like a gray cloud there on the right side of his windshield is actually the bottom end of that tornado pulling up all of the debris, all the dirt. So this is mostly rural in this area. But what I'm going to do now is I'll look at some of the maps, make sure this is still playing active. It looks like it just got paused. And sometimes during tornadoes, this has a big effect on a lot of the videos. So we will see a lot of streams kind of cut out right next to tornadoes. But I'll go ahead and get back to his stream as soon as we can here. Since it's frozen, I'll show you on radar exactly where these other tornado warnings are. And so we did not have this tornado warning up when Scott first initially saw that rope tornado. At this moment, it looks like it actually got a little less probable for being on the ground still, but we could see that debris up until the point that his screen froze. So this is the part of Kansas, north central Kansas, that Clay Center had that really brief tornado that I will get back to with Scott here soon. Another one that I was talking about that was seen by the firefighter Odell, Nebraska. This was just about 3 miles northwest of town. And Nebraska is where they say there was another very quick tornado like what we just saw now. So I see Scott's stream is back and active. Here we go with refreshing that then so you can all catch up with what he's seeing now. It does look like damages is what he's driving through right here. So we can see that there are some trees that got damaged. That power line is still standing. But yeah, it does look like some of the top parts of this, at least a couple of these trees have been damaged. So really small, narrow tornado, Clay Center, Kansas. Now it just seems like it cut out again. So we'll see also, yeah, Reed Timmer is not in the same place, so he's not catching that one at this moment. We also have Storm Chaser Brett Adair in the on the field. So I'll actually see, it says that he's in Miltonvale right now. Not quite getting anything else to show, so I won't adjust that screen. But here comes back Scott's stream. It does look like we're seeing a clear sky in front of him, at least. I'm sure if there was something active, he'd be turning the camera. So I'll just make sure that it does indeed look like that one is lifted. It kind of seems like it. So on radar, I'm just going to be double checking Clay Center area. So Milton Vale actually is right where that rotation is registering right now. It's a brand new one, so that's where Brett Adair is. But Clay Center had really tight rotation. That rope tornado Scott Peak just caught does look like it lifted. So a lot of these storms that have been ongoing today with tornado warnings across Kansas and Nebraska have been very brief, if having any tornado at all. So there's two of them, one in southern Nebraska and then in Odell, and then one that was near Clay Center um, in Kansas. So we do still have this long line of storms we're tracking. I can hear Scott again. And so if we have anything else from him, I'll bring that back up. Anything else that we need to share. So for the meantime, we have a lot of alerts that are coming up from yesterday. You can see this is 517. So the same areas that got hit yesterday are actually dealing with the same tornado watch again today. So what you see here is parts of Iowa. A little bit further north is where that a lot of the tornadoes were yesterday in Iowa with those warnings. And so this is extending through southern Kansas along the yellow is that tornado watch. So as we go through the next few hours, this is going to shift east a little bit hour by hour. Now I will take these off and put the regular radar back so you guys can see what's going on with the hail too. We do have larger hail that's possible, more so later tonight. So we haven't seen that developing yet beyond like 1.5 inches so far, but that could still be happening as we go through the next few hours. So any of these storms where you start to see pink, it can indicate, and even on the United Cajun Navy weather app, it's the same colors. You'll be able to see pinks, meaning usually about 1 inch hail is in there. If it starts to turn white, it could be up to 2 inches, and then it turns into a black color in the center of these large thunderstorm clusters when there's hail that's about 3 to 4 inches wide. So it kind of even maxes out. When we had that record-breaking hail in Illinois, it was coming up as blacks on the radar and falling out of the sky onto the ground about 7 inches wide. So beyond the tornado watch in yellow, there's also this flood concern that we have across the areas in green here, and a whole nother looks like continuation of this tornado warning. So we haven't been getting any more reports that this was on the ground, but we're going to play out the radar all the way, and I'll let it pause there. And we can see, I'll let you guys know any of these cities now in the tornado warning areas that need to be taking cover, anybody in these towns. So on the north side here, this is Nebraska. It's including Temesa or Tecumseh and Elk Creek and Table Rock. Humboldt is right outside of an area. Humboldt in Nebraska is not part of the tornado warning, but it is actively has rotation coming toward it. So there's something that could be forming there right from Table Rock to Humboldt, Nebraska. It's not actually in the warning. And in that case, I would say anybody in Schubert, Nebraska, which would be over in this area, should also be taking cover, because this portion of this thunderstorm right here does have some rotation that's starting to form. We just might see something changing here with that area getting encompassed within the tornado warning soon. So then further north, Auburn is in line for the rotation that is currently closer to Brock, right here where the cursor is. And as we look further to the west, where these storms just passed by, the darker red outlines indicate flood warnings. So there has been about 2 to 3, in some cases, we might be seeing some places get 4 inches tonight, but so far we've been having the trend be about 2 to 3 inches with some of these really heavy storms that are going over and passing consecutively one after another. So further south here, we're now across the border into Kansas. We're looking at 2 more tornado warnings. One of those is what Scott Peak was just showing us when we opened up the stream with that tornado on the ground, the rope tornado near Clay Center, Kansas. So first we'll go on the north side here. It does include Washington in this region here. But the area looks more concerning for the rotation is in Linn, in Kansas, would be moving toward Greenleaf next, and then Washington, right between those two areas. So Barnes, Kansas, also in the tornado warning, and Palmer, kind of getting into the clear. But there is another storm right behind that that's going to move really close to where these ones are now. Maybe a little bit to the east, and so this particular tornado warning in Kansas is including Milton Vale, which is kind of getting away from, like, this rotation is getting away from Milton Vale right now, which is in this location, and it's getting really close to Oak Hill, but could be passing between Milton Vale and Oak Hill right now, heading next toward Morganville and Clay Center and Green. So Clay Center over here, where we did just see that rope tornado down on the ground, at least kicking up dust, field dust, and some dirt. There is now another set of rotation going toward it from this location. So in Kansas, areas to take cover: Oak Hill, Clay Center, Green, Morganville, and Milton Vale. And another set here: Palmer, Linn, Greenleaf, Washington, Barnes, Kansas, time to take cover. So I have not seen a continuation yet of this tornado warning into the affected areas that I thought might have some rotation coming toward them. From Humboldt, though, Pawnee City in Nebraska, that rotation does look like it's getting more and more disorganized. Less likely to be a tornado on the ground at this point. But that is then traveling right now from Elk Creek, right in this area, toward north side of Humboldt, toward Schubert, Nemaha, Auburn, Peru, Nebraska, places to take cover right now. And so I'm taking a listen here to Scott's stream. He's trying to decide which way to go, but you could see then over the last few minutes while we were talking, since, I'll go back first to where we opened up with the rope tornado. Here's a little bit of damage from that. And then that rope tornado was seen on the ground in his stream just before that. So it was kind of blocked by that, by the windshield, but this is a better view of that rope tornado that he initially caught on camera here. So it kind of dissipated, lifted, but he is still actively tracking that storm system. And so at this moment now, if we speed up to right now, we can get a look there from Clay Center, Kansas. So this is where I was just showing on the radar that there is another set of storms coming in from Milton Vale, and that's where Brett Adair is, meteorologist who's been working with us as well, sharing his scenes. And so if we want to check in with him right now, this is what it looks like in Milton Vale. I'll go ahead and adjust the screen here so you can see a full view here from his dash cam. And we're not, there, I don't believe they did actually. So after that rope tornado touched down, the National Weather Service did issue a tornado warning. So that's what I had called off with Oak Hill. It looks like Milton Vale does have some rotation that might be rain wrapped, at least at the cloud level. It is rotating in this very last scan from the base velocity radar. And another one is just to the north east. Morganville. And so Morganville, which is right north of Clay Center where Scott is about to get hit twice. Now, Clay Center is going to be a perfect area to see the storm from. It looks like what Brett is looking at here could be hiding a tornado within all the rain, or at least has that cloud rotation up above. So we're not seeing any kind of distinct funnel here right now, but absolutely the radar is showing more rotations. It's not quite as tight as the term for it, but that means that on the radar, the green and the red aren't very close together like they were when we actively were watching that rope tornado on the ground. So it's not very likely that we have something on the ground now based on everything we're seeing. But this is the area here: Clay Center, Milton Vale, and also Morganville in Kansas, where people need to be taking cover. It looks like we're starting to see hail falling now too on Brett's vehicle. Some of those looked like they were about maybe up to quarter size, nickel size hailstones. And yep, getting really stormy. So losing his connection a little bit. We'll just go ahead and see the view again from Storm Chaser Scott Peak. I'll also check in where Reed Timmer is at the moment before we go back to any kind of tornado warnings again on the map and showing the radar. Reed Timmer had some great shots of the wall cloud helping us earlier before I went live understand whether or not the tornado warnings were active tornadoes on the ground. They were still coming back as radar indicated. So I've been holding off our United Cajun Navy weather streams until there's actively something on the ground. Just so that people can know that if we're alive, it's something you need to open up in order to see where there's active ongoing threats to people's lives and property. And so we're so grateful that yesterday when Scott ended up being on a stream just like this one that we're watching now, he had that tornado that went down in Nebraska in front of him. He was able to be first on scene and help make sure people were safe. Their propane tanks were turned off. So we shared a lot of that information on our Facebook page and Instagram. So we'll go ahead and keep, helping out if needed. So it's nice to have these firsthand views. But it looks like for right now, everything really is just staying off the ground. So we'll put on the local storm reports again. And in this case, just in case anybody else has called in and said there were damages from today, I can let you know. These are showing up from yesterday. This one says an 81 mile per hour wind gust. So this just happened as this tornado warning was passing by about 20 minutes ago, 3 miles east southeast of Lewiston. And so 81 mile per hour gust, it says measured from a personal weather station, and 6 to 8 inch diameter tree limbs are broken. So that would be consistent with that wind speed. Now, there is a chance that this could either be straight line wind damage or it could end up as a tornado gets assessed in this area. So, again, this is Nebraska, southeast Nebraska, happened in Lewiston, that they had that kind of tree damage. Now, this should be also from today. So, another one that just came in the last 20 minutes or so, a 66 mile per hour gust. So that's along with that severe thunderstorm warning area that was closer to Crab Orchard. This report coming in 2 miles northeast of Crab Orchard, Nebraska. That 66 mile per hour wind gust was recorded versus that 81 mile per hour gust where the tornado warning had been. So at this point, Humboldt, this is a report from yesterday, Humboldt would be next in line to have some of these really strong gusts head over that could be breaking limbs. Of course, there is a tornado warning within that system as well into Nebraska. And then we have 2 more active tornado warnings in Kansas right now. So the latest reports on this came out of Palmer just about 5 minutes ago. Social media photo of a tornado. Media confirmed the report. And so this is in addition to the one that Scott Peak picked up. So when we were seeing that tornado on the ground in the live stream, it looks like they may have been seeing the same one, the same system. Drop another tornado there a couple minutes later is what it looks like. So another report coming in from that tornado warning just about 10 minutes ago as it started up again. It says spotter reports damage to trees around intersection of Highway 9 and Highway 15. That's Washington County, Kansas, 2 miles south of Palmer, Kansas. So they had some close calls yesterday as well with tornadoes. And at this point, there's 2 tornado warnings active with that tree damage heading potentially then into Lynn and Greenleaf and Barnes areas of Kansas. Most likely Lynn to Greenleaf would be the trajectory of that portion where we could be seeing this highest chance for wind damages, possibly tornado damages. And as it stands right now, though, it kind of looks like this one on the south side that was looking stronger is kind of weakening. I'll go ahead and switch this to show the velocity radar again, turning off our other. So we do have what would be considered that tight circulation, almost like a yin yang, is typically what I would say constitutes that more traditional tornado couplet. What we see on the base velocity, that wind speed and direction, the green next to red indicating it's going different directions right next to each other, really close to each other, is usually a circulation. And so that could translate from this cloud level rotation to being a tornado on the ground. Now, this would have been that same system that Scott Peak was looking at, that we saw his live stream on when this tornado warning began. So he actually had confirmation of it on the ground before there was another warning issued here. It is now located just north of Morganville. We saw that tornado lift up, and so there's a chance right now that what's happening is that it's going to be going up and down, up and down. And so where it stands right now is we had tree damages already reported in Lynn just about 15 minutes ago. That just passed the Greenleaf area in Kansas, but there is yet another tornado warning and chance for additional damages that would be really, really close, within a few miles, maybe on the south and east side of the damage that we're seeing now, near Lynn, Palmer, Greenleaf, Kansas. So be on high alert. Barnes, also continue to take cover even after this initial wave is passing over and is almost moved on. There is another one coming right behind. So I'm going to take a moment to see if there's any questions in the comments, as I'm again just checking in with all of our storm chasers as well, making sure we're not missing anything that might be developing as we speak. So let me go ahead and check in with the comments here, and I'll zoom out here and we can also see what's going on with that tornado warning further north in Nebraska. So it looks like Auburn wind speeds are definitely increasing, but there's not a really distinct rotation or evidence of a tornado. That's absolutely stronger wind though, and could very well be breeding a tornado or have one on the ground now. Okay, yeah, and then people, do want to ask for locations of states, but the thing is, a lot of times these are in multiple states, and then while I'm in the live stream, so Jim, I don't do that just because it changes so much. So somebody might come and join in the live stream an hour or two later, and all of the tornadoes are then in a different state. So I could, list all the states, but yeah, I've been thinking of different ways we could do that. So now going from Kansas to Nebraska, that's what the issue is here, and then later on into Iowa. So you can see that these storm systems from Kansas, they're going over the same area over and over again. This is going to be dangerous as we go through the next few hours along the same corridor, really not far away in Nebraska then for that next round. But later on, this will also include Iowa, and not just Iowa, but parts of Missouri. And so we see this just northeast section of Missouri, southeast section of Iowa. This is just kind of including the highest risk right in between these four state lines here. Kansas on the southwest side of this. Going to be calming down in Kansas earlier on compared to the overnight risk in Missouri and Iowa that's going to continue there. And so I'm not seeing any specific questions here at the moment. I'll go ahead and just go back to our storm chasers, see what they're seeing on the ground. Most of them centered right here in Kansas right now. So we have Clay Center with Scott Peak. And I'll go ahead and get this to the latest.
it's dead. See?
Yeah.
It did. This southern cell killed it because all the air is flowing north, and it's just getting cold air filled in on it.
So in Clay Center, Kansas, yeah, he's saying that it looks like that south side of this storm system is cooling off, that second wave, even though we can see some of that rotation at the cloud level, he's not seeing evidence. A lot of times after it gets rain cooled, it can be harder for another tornado to pass through there, even if it is rotating in the cloud level. Kind of cuts off that horizontal whirling column of air. So good news there on that south side of the Kansas storm systems. Just to be clear, then Scott Peak is in Clay Center. You can see that on the map right here. And there is a circulation further to the north. But this one that he's talking about is this second set that has popped up. So north of Morganville, heading toward Palmer and Lynn, then Greenleaf, perhaps in Kansas, those areas are still on track to have potential touchdowns of a tornado. Less likely that we're going to see this one next to Clay Center. According to Scott Peak, who's there in person, and I would say looking at his screen, I would agree as forecaster that there's less likelihood this second set there near Clay Center, Kansas is going to have another touchdown. So we've seen touchdowns today in Kansas, that northeast portion, and also in southeast Nebraska. Odell was another one. All of these really brief. We haven't heard of any damages still. I'm not getting any reports of structures hit, and no major towns that didn't go through any business areas or neighborhoods, either of these that have been reported so far. And it's nice to have the confirmation then from the ground. Does indeed look like things are cooling off for Clay Center, Kansas. That just went on and on for a little while there. Now, we'll hear Reed's stream also. It almost looks like it's hard to tell if there's a funnel in his picture.
What? Really?
Oh my God! Tornado on the ground behind.
Tornado!
Flip it around. All right, thank you so much, Gage.
What the hell?
Yeah, that looks.
There is!
So his stream just got a little wild too. So yeah, next to tornadoes, things can get a little wonky.
Could be the front.
I'll make sure everything is up to date. But yeah, it looks like that was something on the ground.
That scud is going right to the left and then kind of stops right there.
Now, it may have changed. It was hard to tell from the angle. And now his location.
I don't care if it's an EF9.
Bonnie,
EF67 organizing.
Go ahead and confirm his location.
Jeff's coming back. Is it going to pass us to our south? They're coming at us. I think it'll just stop right there. Come at us, maybe. Might go south.
So here, let me refresh this because I think, and I'll just I'll move this over and get the audio back up. It's having some connection issue with the audio, so I was hoping this will fix it.
Southeast. That's got to be east. What wind is it? What's the wind direction out there? Northeast? What's the wind direction out there?
It's coming straight from our right. The anemometer.
Northeast?
You got it on the Dom Labs weather thing. Should, but
Degrees are out on it.
ow, just because we're not moving. Yeah, it's literally coming. It's in line with this road. It's
Look at the
coming
bun up
straight
here.
from that direction.
Cinnamon bun spinning rapid.
Yep.
We should get northeast, I think. Can we go north and east?
We can go north and east.
All right, seems like that is getting a bad connection. It looked like at first there was a active tornado, looked like a funnel down to the ground very quickly. It looked like not. So Reed Timmer is currently, I was still working on getting that location. I had his latest location as being in Kansas. So this was a lowering wall cloud near Palmer, Kansas. There was a dropping cone, and so it's kind of been a little back and forth here. We're not seeing anything distinct on the ground, but it did look like there is going to be reason perhaps for National Weather Service to assess later damages and determine if there was a tornado here in this area near Palmer, Kansas.
The tip of the hook's west of us. Correct. Southwest of us. Half mile. Okay. All those heavies and the street lights were disappeared down. East option coming up. See it? Yeah. Yep. Right here? Correct. Oh, it is going. It's trying. And it might even produce by that roll. By the roll? You can look at it out here. By the roll. Oh, this is a bad road, maybe. 1 mile to the other option. You think it's okay?
I don't like that sound.
You just got to keep hammering.
They're stopping up here.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pass people up here. It's gonna put you in a ditch.
I need to go back.
There's people, there's a Congo line coming in behind us. Yeah, I'd put it full drive right now. Full drive.
It's going basically going in the front wheel.
The tail's starting to, it's sucking in from the tail.
You're going to the ditch.
Yep, straighten it out.
Now, just let me know if there's people behind
That's a
me.
new warning.
Keep going.
That's a new warning. Inflow tail right now.
No, I got to get off this road
Yep.
or we're in big trouble.
Yep.
How much further?
I don't know, probably 300 yards. They're moving out of your way, so you're good.
Yeah, you're almost to it. You're good.
I got to get to that main road north, I think. How much further is the paved road to our north?
Let me look. 1 mile.
How much further?
200 yards. You can turn around in this right there if you
How
want.
much further?
Well, 100 yards, maybe.
Hey.
I'll let you know. Just keep backing up. Crank her hard and back up. You're good. 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 Sorry, I'm.
We got to get north and east.
Yep, we'll get there. Nice eddy overhead.
Oh boy.
That thing's swirling like crazy. Right, look up. Look up.
It's happening right here.
Yeah.
Gotta get north and east.
Yeah, just yep, we can go
Stretch
north.
it right in front of us.
Yeah.
Right here, look.
That's
Stretch
it.
it down and
That's
stretch
it.
it. Right here.
It's literally above our head.
I'm filming it straight up into it. It's
Put it in two.
I know. Don't talk.
Yeah.
We're two.
Let's. Okay, got it.
Fingers.
Swirling directly
We're good.
overhead.
Okay, talk again.
look at that.
Don't talk. I just get distracted.
It's
easy.
okay.
When you have like 5 different things in the car.
Swirling right overhead. That's fun.
It might be south of us. It's gonna get. We should get north and east, I think.
I'm off of state. Yeah, we're already off.
Okay. Thanks. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. How far to the east?
0.9.
Try and produce right
It
there.
was.
Let me know. Just keep looking
0.7.
behind us. Or southeast if you see something. Good plan.
Half mile.
I mean, it was easy to plant right at us.
It does, right?
Like this. This looks like it could plant.
Yeah, behind us, I don't see much rotation behind us.
It's too east of us.
Yeah, 0.4. Yep, 0.4.
You think this road's okay?
This road is paved one coming up. This run should be fine. We're going to be on it for 0.3. Get ready to turn right.
Oh, I thought you meant like lost it.
0.2.
Now I'm just switching back here to meteorologist Brett Adair. He was saying that it looked like he was seeing a funnel, and so we're not seeing it right now. He was in Clay Center, Kansas. There was a lot of up and down with some different storm systems, some different tornadoes that were touching down earlier. And so Scott Peak is also in that similar area, still looking at that wall cloud overhead. I'll just resituate this view for you. So Clay Center, Kansas, still getting reports of funnel clouds coming out. This is going to be going directly over the area where Reed Timmer was just streaming and showing some of his live view from. That was another touchdown, it looked like. So we'll get confirmation of that after National Weather Service goes out and assesses things. But it's looking like Clay Center, Kansas, continuing to have multiple tornado warnings. As I zoom out, you'll see this whole row of tornado warnings is going kind of over top of one another in a row here. The general direction of these storms has been to the northeast. So a lot of places are getting hit more than once. There's been a lot of broad rotation that's not resulting in tornadoes. And then there have been quite a few touchdowns. None that we have heard have done any damage. So a couple more areas of concern on that map are where we see that green next to the gray. And as it plays out, if we see that get really close to each other as circles, that's where it's a little more dangerous. So we do have another area right here by Clay Center where Brett Adair had been saying he was seeing some of that rotation, that funnel cloud. And then Palmer, Kansas, is here where there'd been some damage to trees around Highway 9 and 15. And Reed Timmer and his team out there ended up catching some stuff that looked like on camera it was down on the ground. Now, damages also in Clay Center area caught by Scott Peak. It was really minimal to trees is all that we saw. So that was Clay Center, Kansas, where he still was kind of hanging out waiting for the other rounds of storms to pass by. Now, we're also seeing a little bit of damage, minor here, via Brett Adair's stream. Let me make sure it is updated here. So just bear with me while I move this around. The software I switched to is not my favorite for switching back and forth, but it's working for other things. So on the street here, Brett, all that he was saying, it was really minor damage. I'm talking like some tree limbs down. So now that he's getting on the other side of town here, also was in Clay Center. I'll confirm if that, still is the case. So Clay Center, Kansas had some minor tree limbs that broke down into the street there during the storm. Not looking like it was more than like 60, 65 mile per hour wind gust damages. Now, as it I'm checking the tornado warnings. There's still about 7 of them out there. Reed Timmer and his stream, it looks like things are getting a little more calm again. So I will make sure there's nothing else that we need to switch to here. Otherwise, looks like Clay Center is in the clear on this north side of town. So back to then Reed Timmer is where I'll go to right after we take a look at where he is. That would be next to this rotation. So there's still another round just south of that's going to pass within eyeshot of Reed Timmer. So this is his current look. the view that they're going with near Palmer, Kansas. And get this centered up. And so there is some rotation at the cloud level, but again, it's not looking like it is down on the ground doing any kind of serious damages. Everything right now is labeled as radar indicated. And I'm going to drop through the line. Yeah, everything's still. So even right now, there are, however, some flash flood warnings going on in Kansas, Washington County, and Gage and Jefferson in Nebraska, in those counties. Also Gage, Johnson, and Pawnee counties in Nebraska with some flooding. So just about anywhere that these strong storms are going with the severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings, there's going to be about 2 to 4 inches of rain in some cases. In additional, there are going to be some that get 2 or 3 rounds of heavy downpours. So there could be some places that see more than 5 inches of rain by the end of tomorrow. And so it, hopefully isn't falling all too much at once and destroying anything out there. But right now, that bigger risk that we've been tracking has been the hail that has been, possible around 2 inches. Not getting anything that big on the local storm reports just yet, but 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches is where they're topping out right now. So that's likely to get larger over the next few hours as things continue to warm up today. And that risk for tornadoes will continue to increase over the next few hours as storms get into northeastern Missouri and also northwestern Missouri and southwestern Iowa. So I'll go ahead and get the audio on from Reed's stream and see and hear from them what they're.
There it is! Wall-top formation. See it? I think we have a north option like 4 miles.
Okay.
There's the nub. Needs a clear slot to catch it though.
Got 1 and 3. We'll need that 1 and 3 due to the crap over there, and it's not paved, so.
There's something wrong with the environment. Right here. Shear goes up when it goes east. Anything directly behind us?
I've been looking. I'll pan back there and take a look.
Down it.
Up there. Do you see motion in that, Jesse? Matt, look at your right shoulder. Do you see that nub? Is there anything interesting on that? Back right. I can't tell through the windows, are too dirty.
Hold on. It's
Looking back that
not
direction.
crazy, but
Got a nice feature to our north now. Disorganized wall cloud. Rising motion. Just take it.
Okay, take it. Mike, take it. Okay.
He's gonna make a run at it. That's for sure.
Yeah, go north. This road here is terrible.
Matt, can you airplay when you get a chance? Please and thanks.
Pushing out, Mike. Get pushed. Smell it? Smell it. Ozone or something. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Oh! Oh yeah. That front side of it.
All right, with things freezing up there, we'll go ahead and switch back into another view. Breadadair, not seeing anything much different. Let's catch up though with the latest from Scott Peak, and not seeing that he had to pass through any damages here. Maybe that was questionable for the treetops. Let's see where he's been. No, we're all good on that spot. So I'll go ahead and scoot this over and we'll just get another look at the radar here coming up after we see the very latest from where Scott Peak is now on the hunt there to go from Kansas toward Nebraska as things are continuing to move through northeastern Kansas with tornado warnings. So currently we don't have any active warnings or anything to say that we have observation of from our chasers. They're all en route here to continue traveling north. Now, Clay Center, we did happen to see quite a bit of action from that area today. I'm going to start here on the south side. We have a brand new tornado warning that has just come up here south of where we've been seeing all this action. So that's Manchester that we see here in Kansas. Not looking like anything is very suggestive of a strong rotation there, but we could, I could switch radar views, but I don't think it's going to do any good. It probably is just a really kind of low rotation that they're seeing there. But we have a couple other options here that we can use to get a different view at that storm. But truly, yeah, it looks like the one where our storm chasers were near here by Clay Center, now north of Green, going toward Cottage Hill in Kansas, is more likely to be something that we would have rotation with. So, like we've been saying here, a lot of the same areas are going to get hit over and over again, not far to the south or east. It was Palmer where we see the two red tornado icons that just about 30 minutes ago. There were tornadoes that we did see there on our live stream here. So that was from Palmer, Kansas. And now, about 30, 40 minutes later, a whole new warning a little bit to the southeast of Palmer, Kansas. Another set of rotation here. It looks like it's forming up there by Morganville. And so those are the areas to watch. Areas of concern here in Kansas and then going through Nebraska. Starting to get into Iowa now. We do have Iowa getting in on that tornado warning we'll get to in just a moment. For now, it's Pawnee City and Du Bois in Nebraska. Just moments ago, an emergency manager did report a multi-vortex tornado east of Highway 99 and Highway 8. This is not somewhere that we have eyes on, but it is a storm system that we've been tracking earlier that looked like it did have a possible touchdown. So I was a little far from the camera during our live to tell for sure, but what we have a little bit further to the northeast is going from Peru, Nebraska, into Iowa. And so this area of Iowa, including Rockport and I-29, south of Hamburg, this is another area to watch out for with some issues. Excuse me, that was Missouri. That cross, I just realized Hamburg is Iowa. So we're talking about Hamburg, Iowa, and then Missouri is Rockport. Those are places that are in this next tornado warning that need to take cover. And then Peru, Nebraska. So going down toward Brownville and Auburn, also Nebraska, places that need to take cover from another tornado warning. A personal weather station at gusted 62 miles per hour, but we have not had any tornado reports from that. So it was kind of looking like it's a weak rotation on base velocity here, but absolutely could do some damages quickly. More likely that these tornado warnings here further south in Nebraska, going from Pawnee City into Humboldt, Nebraska, that's more likely to be on the ground, as well as what we're seeing here, that well-defined tornado couplet, the green and the red here. This is close to Clay Center, but that's now mostly in the clear with a whole nother set of rotation starting overhead. So Clay Center could just, it's kind of been the epicenter of one after another set of rotations here tonight. We are seeing that 2.5 inches of rain fell there. That's going to be the other hazard, 2.46 on this station. These reports coming in about 40 minutes ago. So like I was saying, up to 5 inches of rain for some of these places. We may be seeing some flash flood warnings where people continue to get hit over and over again with rain showers and tornado warnings. So further north between Green and Greenleaf, Kansas, this is an area to watch out for with rotation heading toward Cottage Hill and Waterville, Kansas. This is one that I think we may actually have some, chasers getting close to now. So it does show here Scott Peak is in Waterville, Kansas, and he would be looking right at that area where we would be having some possible rotation. It would be those thunderhead clouds that we're seeing straight ahead, the cumulonimbus, towering thunderheads. Now, with that, he's a little bit far away from getting a good clear view, or if you get up higher, we might be able to see the base of that cloud system, and in that case get an idea of whether or not there's a funnel showing up. I'm going to be checking on our other eyes out there, other storm chasers that we can share views with, and see if any of them have anything different. Reed Timmer does have a closer view of this. It looks like it may be a different storm altogether, but this is kind of one long line of storm systems. And so we may switch to his in just a moment. He does have a wall cloud. He's pretty close to being under what's called a shelf cloud. So it's very scenic, but not seeing anything touching down there. He'd also be in northeastern Kansas. And so, yeah, with Scott still going toward Waterville, we'll get a look at a little bit further north. So Waterville is where Scott is waiting for that storm system to pass by. We'll be able to see eyes on that soon. Now, we should have Reed Timmer right inside of that right now, not in Waterville. But I'll go ahead and refresh this and then get things moved around so you can get a look at what he's seeing right now. So a little closer to that same storm in northeastern Kansas. And then I'm just scanning. I'll turn on his audio while I scan and see if there's any other reports.
Is that an inflow feature? Okay. I don't think it's a cone, but man, that smells so bad.
That's human manure spread right there.
It smells like a human dump.
It is.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Will was like, it's human manure.
Not really. Will knows a lot about ranches. Said something about people using.
So there's just been a lot of trouble with that stream as he's getting closer and closer to that storm system. So if there's any kind of touchdown to share, we'll let you know. Otherwise, our next best look at the same storm system is going to be from storm chaser Scott Peak. He is in Waterville, Kansas, where the thunderstorm with a tornado warning in it is moving toward him right now. So I'll keep eyes on all of these different areas that are being monitored right now by our storm team. And in the meantime, check and see if there's any comments here in the question or any questions in the comments. And we can also so yeah, they were near Waterville with Reed. I see Kimberly asking, or Kimberly putting in Manchester, Kansas has rotation. So thank you. Yeah, that's one of the places that we were just showing on radar actually that didn't have a tornado warning with it, but absolutely had some rotation. In fact, it's still hardly even showing up here near Clay Center. This is where Scott Peak opened up with that tornado on the ground. We have Brittany asking what town they're in. So it's been moving around a lot, but we have Scott Peak in Waterville, Kansas. And then Reed Timmer was in Palmer, Kansas. So he's probably right between Palmer and Waterville right now, a little closer to where this rotation is. He was getting right underneath it. And so Cottage Hill is somewhere that needs to be taken cover with Waterville and Barnes, as this storm could be dropping down a tornado. Looks to me like on radar, this could very well be a funnel right now. Another one possibly developing there near Clay Center. So it's been one after another in that area by Morganville as well. And yes, Manchester was another one in there it's not showing up as a strong rotation, not something that I would look at and think, oh, there's a tornado there, but there is some motion. And so at any moment here, this could start rotating into a funnel as well. That's just starting to be those beginning signs, which is why the National Weather Service then issued that warning. And if I really slow this down, I'll back it up a little, because when they probably were deciding to issue this too, there's a couple blips there where it gets red a little bit. This one here by Bennington. And so this would be that kind of beginning sign of a possible tornado. So there are more chances along this line for heavy rains, flash flooding, and then another tornado warning between Morganville and Clay Center could get issued here. Of course, they're already in one right here on the edge, and so the National Weather Service may leave it as it is, but just understand there's another round of rotation also south of Palmer again. So these have been really narrow, really small areas that are getting hit with the tornadoes that we saw today, but that was Odell in Nebraska. It's also been Clay Center in Kansas. And now we have Missouri as well with an active tornado warning in that area. Looking at some of these, we're seeing now there's downed wires near Route 111. That was actually from yesterday. Okay, great. So starting with the date, a lot of places are getting hit again today and tomorrow, same ones over and over. But all of those damage reports where that tornado warning is active in Missouri happen to be from yesterday. So that's a good sign that whatever tornado warning we were seeing here has not actually produced something that went onto the ground. Playing that out, we can kind of see how that looked on this radar is not looking very indicative of a strong tornado couplet. However, it does look like Kansas would be most likely to have another one. So let's go ahead and get another look here then from everybody. This is Waterville, Kansas with Scott Peak, and I'll just go ahead and scoot this up. That's the only one that doesn't auto update. So Waterville, Kansas, looking calm. And then when it comes to Reed Timmer, it looks like his is still down. So I don't know, he got it back up. We can take a look at what they're seeing here. This looks like, I'll make sure this isn't old footage because that looks like we could be having another tornado coming down front and center there. Let's get his audio pulled up. Yeah, there's been some okay, bad connection issues today. So just, if it goes on too long, I'll turn this off.
Got stuck on the fence right in front of us.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
It flew right across the front of the vehicle.
Get ready.
Hey, ready?
We can hit it again.
I'm working on it.
Into a wedge.
It is?
Yes, point two. Circulation looks huge. Look up above. Holy goodness, look at that. Holy shit. You ready, wait? Yeah, one. Here it is. Here it is. Right turn. Got it. We're on it, folks. The circulation is just huge.
Oh, there's nobody around.
Yeah, we're
Wow, thank God. Sounds like I'm blowing out the motor. We almost got struck. The exhaust is blowing out.
This is near Morganville right now, between Palmer, Morganville, Green, those areas in Kansas.
Easy.
Got it.
we're full send mode.
Turn it on 4-wheel.
Yep.
And yeah, it really does. It sounds like there is something that's on the ground. It looked like it in view here a little bit. And the more connection issues there are, usually the more likely it is on the ground. So it looks like it's trying to catch back up here and restart. And now I'm going to let you guys know exactly. You can see in the screen here too that there's this long area of tornado warnings. That's that Clay Center, Morganville location.
All right, I'll leave them up so that we know as soon as they come back. But it sounds like they have a circulation. If you're like, where is it? Where is it? It sounds like there was a circulation right over their heads, and they were starting to see multiple vortexes spinning around. It sounds like we shot 2 probes. Not sure if any of them made it inside. Come on, let me see if I could. Come on. Let me restart their stream here. Should be okay. Here we go.
here. At the same time, we'll see if we catch any kind of view here from Scott Peak in Waterville, Kansas. Well, that gets reassessed. Did look like something was on the ground, and that would be heading toward Waterville, Kansas right now. So if Scott could get a clear view here of what's coming in, and it's not covered by rain, there's a chance that we could be seeing evidence of this on the ground again. So the towns that need to be concerned here in Kansas, where it did appear like something was coming down on the ground, is moving right toward Cottage Hill. That actual circulation leaving Kimio, Kansas, going toward Cottage Hill. Waterville, Blue Rapids, Kansas, those would be next in line for some of this. There could very well be something near Barnes and Herkimer, but the more immediate threat right now is Cottage Hill, Kansas, about 5 to 10 minutes from now, Waterville, Kansas, where Scott Peak is. So we are going to be holding on to this stream to keep an eye on that incoming tornado threat, which, to be honest, looks like the strongest of all of the tornado warnings I'm going to go through right now in Missouri, one of them by Tuquero, Westboro, Rockport, all in Missouri. In Nebraska, Schubert. So that one that actually we were tracking earlier said looked like Humboldt was going to send a tornado towards Schubert. This one has very strong winds, very likely in Nebraska, southeast Nebraska, Humboldt, Dawson, Verdon, Stella, Schubert. Probably going to be having some wind damages, maybe even down towards Salem and Falls City. But tornado, it looks like it's a little kind of on the fence, that it's too disorganized to become a tornado there in Nebraska. But what we're looking at on the screen, I'm going to hold on this because Scott Peak is getting a nice vantage point to see what kind of rotation is coming his way from Waterville or to Waterville from Cottage Hill, Kansas. Absolutely looks to be the most likely of all these tornado warnings to have something on the ground right now. And so when it comes to Reed Timmer, he and his team in his intercept vehicle actually saw what looked like a full-on tornado going on there. I'm checking now to see if his stream is back up, and it is. So since he's a little bit closer to the storm system, we'll switch back and forth while Scott is still probably about 5 to 10 minutes from getting a more clear view of that storm where he is. So I'll refresh things and reorganize the screen for you. And then we'll get the audio back up from them within the Team Dominator vehicle. So he's in his intercept vehicle. It looked like just about 5 minutes ago there was something on the ground here near Cottage Hill, Kansas. And here's that audio.
Oh, and that's going to be a big one.
0.5.
Okay.
We're staying on it. We're staying on it.
Oh, yeah, reinforcements are wrapping a lot faster.
Yeah, it's gonna do it. I'll be right back, actually.
0.3. 0.2.
0.3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going big.
Yep.
It's already
0.2.
down, guys.
That's the road, right? Might not be perfect road, but we'll
Don't
be
fall
out.
out. Still got a little ways on it.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to get this new sensor to get a GPS fix. I need it to be.
Yeah. I just don't want you in the last minute trying to get to the window.
Yeah.
There wasn't really any condensation funnel on that. It just had a crazy ground circulation.
You can see the pipe up there. See the cylinder. And that funnel off to the right. You see that? And a nice funnel.
I think so. I'm trying to remember that whole this situation.
Good structure ID by Matt, right? He wins the award today. It's just getting started. It's gonna wrap up there.
We can go north at 2.3 into
I
paved
just don't
road.
want to risk like doing a bad launch on it, but we could.
That'll be a fun one.
We're gonna do it at some point. I'm just waiting on the right.
Yeah.
Dang, that one almost was in if it wasn't for that fence.
Yeah. It would have got in, pulled in, and would have
It was on its way back up, I think.
It was going south to north.
It did a big circle. I watched it. I launched it out the right side, like toward Tornado, and it did a huge arc and then went straight into the fence in front of us.
That's an intercept. This area to the north is looking a little chunk here.
That was Cottage Hill, Kansas. That's
That's a differential motion up here.
I can't tell.
That's far down the RFP though. That's a weird solution. That's gonna be like right here. There's a smaller inclusion further down to the big inclusion. Sometimes the knock doesn't happen. We got a curlicue up here.
They're just warning stuff like there's the stuff behind us. They warned that.
The event has arrived.
So we're going to take a quick look as things are moving away. We have Scott Peak here in Waterville, Kansas. I will speed this up to the latest, show you where he is right now. He did make a stop in Waterville so that he has a good vantage point to see that incoming storm system with the tornado warning. And that is what Reed Timmer had caught on his live stream, looking like it was down on the ground. We saw that full funnel looking as if it was extending down toward the ground, and not get a clear view of debris coming up through camera. But if we take a look at these tornado warnings in Kansas, this is an extremely dangerous line here heading from Cottage Hill toward Waterville and Blue Rapids in Kansas. That strongest one here, northeastern Kansas, leaving Cottage Hill now. North of Green, we have another area of rotation. So that's what's going to be affecting the storm chasers about 20 minutes after this one passes by. Yet another one. This was near Manchester. I think, yeah, the same group of rotation was near Manchester. Started out around Bennington a little while ago. Now is moving toward the northeast. So that's another area of concern that will be moving toward Bala and Riley in Kansas. Perhaps Randolph and Oldsburg could still be doing damages there. So this is a very large area in Kansas up toward Waterville and Blue Rapids that's being affected right now. In addition to that, we do have a new storm report here coming in, a photo of a cone tornado ongoing south of Dawson in Nebraska. So this was an area that I had called out and said you need to watch for in Nebraska that was not warned earlier, going from Humboldt to Dawson. Next in line is Verdon, Nebraska, and Schubert, Nebraska. Stella absolutely going to be having some wind damages, possibly even into Salem, Nebraska. But as far as a tornado, it does look like then there absolutely was one seen on the ground south of Dawson. So there could be additional vortices forming here closer to Stella, hitting Schubert later, even another one near Salem. It's going to then be carrying over the border into Missouri. So this additional tornado warning extending into Iowa includes Clarinda, Iowa at this moment. So I'm seeing Scott Peak's stream, keeping close tabs on that. And, you know, it looks like there is a bit of a funnel here, more so from Reed Timmers. So let me make sure I have this updated to the latest, and I'll scoot this over. We do see evidence of more rotation going on. So this is that tornado warning going from Cottage Hill, leaving Cottage Hill now, heading toward Blue Rapids. and I'm going to be passing probably just south of Waterville, Kansas right now. So it, looks like we could be having something forming into a tornado touchdown again, but we're watching that column of rotating air that could very well, quickly here turn into a tornado once again. And so we'll pick up Reed's audio.
Yeah, we did. Nice job. Good structure ID. Look at that green clear slot. It's moving into milk. I think it's moving into the big shear. It's not to go crazy. It's a big one. Boy, it's gonna make a wedge. Look at it. Look that right in the middle of the green. I think we're ahead of it too. We are. Wonder if that knob on the front's gonna do it again though. See it? See the smooth funnel knob? It should do it deeper and it'd be a bigger tornado.
Just moved into some warmer air.
Yeah.
Half mile. 78 over 72 right here. 79 over 72.
That's gonna plant. That
Point
cold.
three.
You see that, Jesse?
I'm
Point
watching
three.
it. I got a visual.
We'll be right back. We just,
God forbid this one does.
That's a plantain tube. We're planting two of them.
We got bird stationary over the road.
It's gonna make a big one, I think. Oh, you? Yeah.
we're full send right now.
See that back of the occlusion? Look at that. That is a massive occlusion right there.
It says it was radar indicated, now it's observed again.
Yeah, I think that's a giant wedge. Unless they observed it from our video, from our tornado. Oh, that's on the ground, I think. Look at my camera.
Yep, keep hammering. We got 5
That's on the ground in the middle.
It's heading right towards Blue Rapids, Kansas right now.
There's a big cone in the middle, I think. See it on the phone.
I think I see it on the roof cam.
It is on the ground. On my phone, I zoomed in on it. It looks like it was a cone with debris. But that's a crazy occlusion there. It is.
Got 5 miles.
Problem is, these cars will never let us get close. They'll just all stop. It's just a broken system out here.
Okay, I turned off the audio real quick just to make sure everybody knows this is heading from Cottage Hill, Kansas, where they saw a tornado on the ground with Reed Timmer's team, heading toward Blue Rapids, Kansas. We do have other views, storm chasers in Riley, storm chasers in Waterville. I'll be switching these views if we can get anything else. Right now, we do see within all of this rain, there has been some evidence of a tornado touchdown, a wedge that would be embedded within that rain. That's pretty hard to see right on the left center side of the screen right now.
That might be the CC drop on it.
Yeah. Look at that dark area there. Wish I would turn that freaking light bar off. They were in post office. Big westerlies. hour.
Send it. Probably to put motor in it anyway. What?
Touch something really quick.
Just use the air horn or the siren horn.
Smell exhaust a little bit. I think it's just a little hole. Gotta get around this light bar. I'm gonna see. That thing is so bright. Look at that. There.
Like that.
Oh wow.
You got something?
Really menacing here.
A little thing here again. Front. It's a big circulation. Got a big curling cue on it. Wait, right here. There it is.
Yep.
Funnel. See it? Sorry. Where'd it go? There you go. There it is. Front side tube. Big time tube up there. I've been planting. This is the contact feature. Yeah, there it is. That's true. See it? Right here, your side. That. Right up there, I think. It's kind of dark now, see it?
Got it. I think that might be it.
Oh, you need yeah. Probably on the ground already.
That's the curtains right there. Yeah, that's big. We're gonna have to go east to point 8.
My leg or something.
Thank you. These guys are just right here. We're doing so
Yeah, they suck.
yeah.
They're just Caleb's.
Never let us get there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, there it is.
See a cone?
Yep.
Is that it right there? Yep.
See it, Reed?
Yeah. Oh yes. Watching for ground circulation.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna try to hold this in.
Taking a right.
0.5.
Roof cam a little bit over there.
I can get you north after that too. That whole thing is spinning up there like crazy, man.
Loose. All right, that's not it. Yeah.
No, 0.4.
This is the perfect thing. If you shoot, we'll get an amazing shot.
It's going crazy on velocity.
I'm using your back as a holder for the camera.
Not sure if these are locals, Jason, or what.
Here, I'll hold this for just a second.
Yeah.
I'll get it back when
Yeah, more important.
Oh my God, yeah, it's getting, it's
Yeah, that's it.
getting hard.
Holy, that thing's gonna go nuts. Yep, right here.
We have to lay on the horn.
And I want to see where these Caleb's are going.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I see it. Take a right,
Yes,
hard right.
yes, now. We're gonna bypass them and then get ready to turn left here in a second.
There it is!
Left turn now, left turn now, left turn now. And hurry!
Hey, we're all over the place back here. I'm sorry.
Right turn.
Brian takes Stinger.
Trying to
We
get in
can't
front
run
of
the
those
roof cam at the
Calebs.
same time.
I think we did it. Yep, you got it. You got it.
Holy
There it is.
Big tornado!
You got that?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Oh my God.
Going crazy!
Is it gonna be on our right side, you think? I can't tell from
The
here.
roads kind of suck up here. It's either gonna go southeast or we gotta go north on it. We gotta go north. We have no choice. Hold on. We have to go right. We're gonna have to go right. We have no choice. Get ready to go right. Get ready to go right.
I see it.
Half mile. You see it?
Yep. Big time tornado! Here it is! You gotta go right.
In point 3.
I got it on roof
We have
cam.
no
Brian.
choice.
Don't wanna forget it.
Point 2. Yep. There it is. We're gonna go right towards it. We'll be right
Roof
back.
cam, Brian.
You got it.
A little squallage. There we go. Yep, we're good. Those brakes love that. I can tell you that.
I'll find us a north option.
Look at that ground circulation.
Wow.
There it is, folks! Big time tornado here! Trying to get it intercepted! Find a north option. Here it is on the ground!
We can go north and a half mile. We're full send mode now. Half mile, we can go north.
Tree here, tree.
Yep. Point 4. We got it. Yep, just, yep.
Hold on.
We're good. We're good. We're sending it. Point 4. It's still out there?
It's still there. It's decondensing
Yeah,
now.
it's still there.
Okay, point 3.
Noodles, get to go back. Boy, we're really losing. We're sucking.
Point 2.
Blowing at me.
Point 2. Point 2.
Okay, and left?
Yes, left. Point 1. Here it is.
Are we a little too far behind it, or do you think we have to take it? Is there another north?
Not for a while, but
Hey, we might be a little behind it.
okay. How about 2 miles then?
2 miles to the east? Yeah.
We're heading east now.
Let's do that. If we can go 2 miles east, I think we can get it.
Yes, let's do it then. Yeah, that intersection we came on either went southeast or northwest. Northwest would have just,
Bring us
there was
inside.
no good other way.
Like a bus in Mumbai.
Yeah.
It's still there, bright white cone.
2.6.
It's gonna go big. It's getting pulled back in.
And that was a classic looking tornado.
Oh wow, rapid rain curtains right here.
2 miles.
It's gonna plant there as a full edge. Hold
Got
it in.
people.
I wonder if we just turn it off and back on if it would fix. It's
right.
doing some similar stuff that it did in scooters.
Yeah.
It's kind of making that one out idle. And I bet it's the same thing.
The north option here is not paved, but it's,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be.
Oh, it's down. There's a noodle back there. Another one down.
1.4. Yeah, it sucks.
There's a noodle on the ground.
Yep, we're gonna
See
turn.
it?
We're turning north
Oh.
at 1.3.
Carrot.
Carrot, cone, noodle.
Carrot, turn
Noodle,
it.
cone.
Yeah,
Potato,
there it is, yeah.
carrot.
There it is.
See if I can see it on the turret.
carrot, cauliflower, broccoli,
Cheddar 5, 6 o'clock.
cheddar.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back on that, sir.
It has a huge clear slot above it. This
1
is
mile.
gonna be a monster. Look at it. The whole thing's gonna be a circular, a big.
That might be like a
There, look on camera right there. See it?
Yeah.
satellite.
Probably this huge clear slot.
Yeah, but you can see the little guy underneath it. I think.
Yeah, 0.9.
I think those are multiple vortices in the same.
Yeah.
There it is! Big time, get big, 0.9!
Yeah.
Yep. 0.7.
0.6. .5. 0.4. Left turn and 0.3.
It's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, it will be. Or it's gonna be
0.3?
yeah, 0.2 left turn coming up. 0.1.
Got a junction sign
Yep.
right here.
Yes. Hope it's not a nightmare.
Okay,
But-
this, we can get up this hill.
So we do have other storm chasers right now. I just want to make mention we're tracking Scott Peak, also Brett Adair, who have been working with us. I'm getting views from other people as well. Places like Blue Rapids, where this tornado that Reed Timmer and his team have been following from Palmer, Kansas. Now we keep seeing a funnel cloud, just back and forth on the ground evidence from this storm system. Of course, National Weather Service will go out and assess this. But as he's continuing to track this, he's going from Cottage Hill, Kansas toward Blue Rapids, Kansas. And so if we look at the map right now, we have tornado warnings blinking in red. I'm going to switch this radar and then get back to his stream here, and we can take a look and see if maybe that funnel cloud ends up touching back down again. So I'm keeping tabs on that on the side here, but I'll go ahead and turn off some of this so that you can see just where these thunderstorms are and how they're moving. A lot of these are moving over the same place, one after another. So all of these blinking red areas from Kansas into Nebraska into Missouri and now Iowa are active tornado warnings. Those that have been the most obvious of doing damage on the ground have been between this area in Kansas of Clay Center through southeastern Nebraska tonight. So we'll go back and see exactly where Reed Timmer is here. Get a look at what's going on, and I'll go ahead and shout out while this is getting adjusted everywhere that has tornado warnings going on right now, those cities included within the states that we just listed off. So starting on the north end of that, there's tornado warning. This is radar indicated with 1.5 inch hail in Iowa. That's including College Springs and Shambaugh, right next to the border of Missouri. So across the border into Missouri, we have a tornado warning reaching from Bradyville to Elmo, Clearmont, Burlington Junction, Pickering, and Hopkins in Missouri. Looks even stronger with that rotation chance where we did have some damages crossed from Nebraska into Missouri. So Missouri has the highest chance of damages right now in Fairfax. Rockport just got in the clear. Tarkio could be another city there with some problems going toward Burlington Junction for a second set of storming. Skidmore, Maryville, Missouri. Tornado warning. Damages probably as far into Missouri with Corning and Craig. Mound City also at risk. Then Maitland. So areas to take cover in Nebraska include Schubert and Verdon in Nebraska. Now, what we've been watching on the screen here in Kansas, and it's including areas that are getting north toward the Nebraska border. So from Cottage Hill, we saw a tornado on the ground via Reed Timmer Stream. It looks like we're starting to see a little bit more of that pull up. So we could be having another it looks absolutely like this is on, like, pulling up dust from the ground. So here, let's take his audio back there in Blue Rapids area. This would be heading toward Marysville, Kansas next.
Oh, it's getting huge. Look at it. The big circulation on it. It's going to be a wedge.
Look at that thing on camera. That thing's crazy.
As long as it doesn't go north of us, right? Or south of us, I mean.
I don't think it will. We stay here though.
It's trying to.
It's coming right at
Backside.
us.
Oh, we're gonna get.
It's coming right at us. It's coming right at us. There's multiple vortex.
Okay.
Oh wow, it's coming.
It's going to be a beast. Look at it.
Got a great shot out the window.
Look at that, man.
Yep. I'm looking. The bull.
Oh
I was
my
like
God.
a turtle shell.
Guys,
Is
this
it going
is
north?
huge. We're already getting inflow.
I would just slow roll it a little bit north.
That's southerlies.
Oh, there's one. Pick it
Oh,
up
yep.
right there.
Yeah, we're going to go north.
Yep. Send it. What a day.
We already got inflow debris. There it is. It's going to hit these wind turbines. We got easterlies now. We got inflow. Pure inflow, bro.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
We're in the tornado almost. We're almost in it.
Go north. Brit, just a little bit.
You yell in the
Left
launch.
side of it. Back side of it.
Go.
Vortice out to the left.
Yep, going north.
Here we go.
Big wind vortex right there. We're getting debris.
Right here. It's happening right now.
Save in the launch. I think we're in it if we want it.
Hold on. So hold here. Hold here. Hold here. Hold here. Hold.
She got whacked in the face by a
Behind us.
Yeah, right side maybe.
Launch. I can't send him.
Oh yeah, right side.
Launch is behind us. It's coming. Launch. Get debris. We're in it.
We're in it. We're in it.
We're in it.
It's on our right side.
Right side.
Roll your window down.
Yeah, thank you.
Still recording.
It's recording.
It's got sub-vortices.
Go right in point 3.
Hey, how'd you get into it?
Point 3.
I hope it did.
Point 3.
Hey, it's back into it.
Point 2. Point 2. Point 1. Get ready. See those power lines?
Yep.
We're going right now. Okay, right turn right now.
I got it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Yeah,
back.
here it is.
Easy.
Yep, send it.
Okay.
Oh, look it right there.
Bull. Look at the bull.
It's on the ground right there. You can see that. All right, what's up?
Man, that's not it. Man, was that the sensor that just went by?
I don't know.
I swear I just saw it go by. That is huge.
All right, watch out. Put that behind
Look
you.
at that. Circulation. What a dynamic bite.
It's crazy circulation on the ground on the right.
Just had a power flash right here.
I think it's flying. I'm still getting data from the sensor.
Really?
700 and 800 meters.
800 meters! The sensor's at 800 meters!
912 meters.
912 meters! It's in there!
What's going on?
The sensor's at 912!
935. 1,000 meters.
We could have brown beer, couldn't we? We're under
I don't know.
Up above 1,000 meters! The sensor's up!
I think we're in it.
It's flying!
1,100. It's going really fast across the ground.
It is!
It's going over 100 feet per second.
100 feet per second, the sensor's moving. Oh, it's right above us. We're in
It's
it.
going down right now.
We're in it.
You want it?
We're in it.
Look at that curtain going crazy right there.
Yeah.
You want it? Let me know when you want it.
We're good. Okay. Okay.
Right in front of us.
Yeah, we're getting it.
Yeah, we got easterly, so it's got to be here. We're in it. This is a
We're in it.
Ears are popping.
Yep, we're in it. Yep, that's it.
Whoa.
Sub-vortice.
Maybe we're into a ditch.
Look at that. No, we're good. We're good.
Oh,
now.
we got sub-vortices all over us.
Yeah, we're good now.
I think it's strong enough to move us. I think we're good.
Okay.
We're great.
It's just
Big ear pop there.
That was a good. Oh, yep.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh yeah, feel that pressure drop.
Hold here. Look at that. That is amazing.
Come back to dog.
Okay, hold on. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Don't go in the ditch. We're good.
Big wind intercept right there.
We're good.
Where's the,
We're good right now. Don't go in the ditch. We're
Oh yeah,
riding
we're
it.
collecting all
loving it.
kinds of data right
Here
now.
it is. All right, back up. Go to the east.
Yep, we're good. Back up.
Still getting data from the
Back up too
sensor in the air.
fast.
It's
Sensor's still in the
flying.
air, folks.
It is still flying.
Power flashes, big time tornado. There it is, left.
Yep.
We're gonna go east,
Yeah,
right?
just go east. That's all we can do. I've got a north option later.
Big time tornado out there, folks.
What a day this has been.
Oh, there it is.
It's northeast right now.
Jumping in, we'll go right back to them as soon as we have them. But it sounds like we got a sensor into that tornado. That tornado that's been, the storm has been kind of trying to set down a tornado for a while. I wasn't sure about if it was the right time to launch, but I mean, if the thing is up past 1,000 meters going over 100 feet a second, it's in there. So anyway, back to them. Big W, but dangerous storm, definitely. So Beatty, Oquito, Marysville, Frankfurt, get in your safe place.
Here you go. You'll have a shot.
0.3. Hit us. Sure
Finally
here.
went.
We were in that.
Oh, for sure. The sensor's still in it. Sensor's still full.
Yeah, I stopped getting data about 30 seconds ago at about 2,000 meters.
Wow. That's insane. Wow. 6,000 feet. That's probably up near the top of the tornado. It's still on the ground. We're going to intercept again here. It's left to the road.
It's right near the road. You gotta let us go around.
GPS fix.
You don't want to go that. Look at that thing. I got it.
Thank you.
Still off to the left there, yeah. Yep. Just keep going straight. This is something.
On the right side of the
We got problems up here road-wise. We're getting it again. We're
All right.
getting debris again.
It's straight ahead of us, I think.
Might have dissipated. Might have dissipated right when you lost data there. This is it.
This is
really
it.
hard to figure. I mean,
Westerly
it's
wind.
Yeah. Right, we're gonna get in it.
I'm gonna have to switch you sides again for a second.
For anybody just joining, hopefully turning down
Wind
that
turbines
audio
are taking it like a
on the
champ
stream
right
is
now.
okay here
I see one going down.
for you to hear me and hear
Might
both
be it.
things. But
Look at
we do have this tornado warning now leaving Blue Rapids,
that was 2 minutes
Kansas.
ago.
Want to confirm where this location is going to Marysville. This will be southside Marysville, Kansas, and then Beatty, Kansas, north of
Oh yeah,
Frankfurt.
we're in a
Wind
tornado.
shift.
We got sinking air.
Wind shift.
Big sinking air here. Right left.
Is that a flash?
I think that was a flash at the house.
That's
that was
the
a
sign
lightning.
of a tornado hitting.
Yeah, it's still here. It's right here to the northwest. Look at the rotating rain curtain.
Crazy lightning sound.
This is it.
It would be not good to blow off the road right here, though. That'll put us in a hell of an angle.
I'm looking.
Move it right back.
Dude, it freaking flew. The sensor finally did.
Nice job.
Yes.
That's it. Data all the way up to through 6,000 feet.
That's
That's
great.
huge.
We are not messing around today.
And it's probably still getting more right now. That's just when I lost signal with it.
That fork nearly took us out, I'm telling you. You can feel the power of that
Dude, my
thing.
ears are killing me right now. They hurt.
Would have just pushed us down that road, I guess.
I wish I would have known what
Take a
that
right.
pressure was.
You can, but we need to see where this thing is right now.
I think it's off to the right. Is it not?
I think it's
Looking.
right, but
I see the debris falling, still leaves.
could the weekend.
Maybe right there.
That's the latest scan from 2 minutes ago. Think it let up a little bit?
I think it's still a tornado. It's just rapid rain.
The thing did wedge out.
Yeah, it did. It was violent there to the north.
Yeah. That fort was so close. That was amazing.
Yeah. Did you hear the noise?
Yeah.
You can hear the pressure whipsaw.
I don't know why they don't have that rain stuff right now.
Oh, suck out debris.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it looks like they have basically gotten that tornado has passed them there near Blue Rapids, Kansas. So luckily, the good news then has been we're not seeing any direct hits on property still. I'm going to double check some of our other resources, make sure that there's no reports of those kinds of damages. So it did seem like there might have been a power flash, so that could either a lot of times be transformers blowing up on power poles or even from a house. So that's something that we'll be looking at now with where this tornado has been tracking from Cottage Hill, kind of in the rural area in Kansas, then later toward Blue Rapids. So this is now going to get closer and closer to the Nebraska border where there's additional storm systems. So I'm checking those storm reports right now, and then just to see if there's any new information outside of what we've been getting from our storm chasers. We do have a National Weather Service employee confirming a brief tornado north of Wakefield. So that in Kansas would be the same system, the same timing that our storm chasers were also catching this here. So we did see evidence of that touching down. Now what we're watching Reed Timmer do is kind of navigate in that rainfall, the heavy rainfall that kind of lingers next to and behind tornadoes a lot of times. So what we're getting then nearby in Wakefield, Kansas, 2.69 inches of rain just from recently here, right next to this tornado warning that is now moving over O'Reilly. It's going to go from Milford area to O'Reilly, Kansas. Randolph, Oldsburg, and Westmoreland in Kansas are all also in this same tornado warning. So further south, further north, there's additional warnings. I'm not seeing, let's see, any more talk of tornado damages or tornado reports other than these confirmed ones that we have been sharing with you all the while. So great that, yeah, definitely still not seeing any people getting trapped anywhere or structures damaged. Hopefully that can stay the same. So we will switch back then to this radar, and I'll show you a little bit of what's going on. So we have the blinking red, and these are all the tornado warnings across northeastern Kansas, southeastern Nebraska, south of Lincoln. Now, Lincoln does have another chance for some more strong thunderstorms, but it's less likely that that area of thunderstorm here, right in this area, less likely this behind that warm area is going to produce more tornadoes. So those are more likely to be in this leading edge where warm air is pushing in. We have green even underneath this yellow, signifying flood watch areas. There's still been some flooding. These are these two dark red areas in Nebraska and Kansas where there has been some flooding from today. Severe thunderstorms include big hail, like we're talking about 1 to 2 inches. 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts further into central Kansas that'll pass close to Wichita in about another couple hours. But really that tornado zone, even though the watch extends further south, The bulk of these is likely to stay between Kansas and Nebraska, then into Missouri and Iowa. So Oklahoma, Texas does have these less likely chances for the tornadoes, mostly just because they'll be less numerous since there's not a big wall of thunderstorm. They're going to be individual storm clusters in those areas. So if we get some tornadoes, there'll just be fewer farther between compared to this one on top of another like we saw yesterday in central and northern Iowa. So what I'll do is zoom in on each one of these tornado warnings and get another live look there from storm chasers in the field while I see if there's any questions here. But what we have in Iowa is Bedford, included in this tornado warning, Gravity, Shambaugh, and College Springs, and another tornado warning in Iowa. And then further south into Missouri, it's Elmo, Clearmont, Hopkins, Maryville, Skidmore. Areas in between take cover now for these tornado warnings. Passing Fairfax here and then heading off into these other areas of Missouri is a tornado warning. Even in Craig, Maitland, especially on those northern sides of town, I would be taking cover. Now, when it comes to Nebraska, we're looking at Steinhauer, Table Rock, and Pawnee City in another tornado warning. They've already had some today, but a lot of these places are going to get one after another. So in Kansas, areas that have already been in tornado warnings are getting them again. Marysville, Beatty, Frankfort. This includes Blue Rapids, where storm chasers were showing that tornado on the ground. Waterville is out of that warning right now, but we've been seeing one after another fire up. So Cottage Hill, Waterville, I would say still be on guard. Randolph, Oldsburg, Westmoreland, Kansas, Riley, Bala, all in tornado warning. And so this is where we have more storm chasers. Let's check in and see what's going on in Riley, as there is this tornado warning that is nearby. I'm heading that way. And so I'll just adjust a little bit how this is appearing for you so we can get more of a full wide view. This is meteorologist Brett Adair bringing us that view from Riley, Kansas. And unfortunately, also being next to a tornado, a lot of these storm chases are going to have some bad connections. We'll have his audio up here for a bit, as we do know a tornado warning is approaching them here in Riley, Kansas. I'll also keep tabs on what's going on with our other chasers and quick views if we need, especially if it needs to be poor quality. I'll go ahead and get another stream up there and check for any questions or comments. So thank you for your prayers, everyone. With the audio being so strange and even the picture being so distorted, I'll keep tabs on this in case there's something I need to notify you all about as this tornado warning is approaching. But we'll go ahead and take a look at Scott Peak's stream. And again, adjust that screen for you to get a clear view. He's in Frankfort, Kansas, so another area with an active tornado warning right now. There we go. And then I'll just make sure this is at the very latest. Yeah, so something very strange was going on with that audio from Brett. But here is Scott Peak's stream loading back up as he is in Frankfort, Kansas right now under tornado warning. Like it just doesn't want to. Here we go. Beatty. Now he's in Beatty. So that's even more direct, more in line for a direct hit of the tornado. Scott has been very close to them lately. We'll go ahead and take his audio in case he sees something that we can't see on the stream. He'll be able to notify us. Now, as the audio keeps cutting out, I'll just let it keep playing. And he's very close to a tornado. We do know Scott Peak is in line in Beatty, Kansas, to have the same one that was just confirmed on the ground by an emergency manager in Blue Rapids, Kansas, is going to be over him very soon here near Beatty, Kansas. So this was also seen on the live stream via Reed Timmer, as we were showing that live here just about 10 minutes ago. So I will go ahead and try his audio again, see if we can get more of a stable connection, as a lot of these communications can get kind of faulty next to these serious storms, especially out in the country. So there are some Starlinks, but it might be a little back and forth with the connection.
Yeah, quite like a million other storm chasers hitting us. And Charlie is slow because of all the rain. With a K.
Okay, that's breaking up a little bit too much. BD Kansas here, again in line for this tornado warning that was seen on the ground further south in Kansas here. So this is now another area where we had storm chaser Brett Adair, another meteorologist in Riley. So we'll get a look at his view here in a moment too. But where Scott Peak was is Beatty, Kansas. So additional tornado warnings in that area that he's waiting for. Really poor connection, but also some damages have been reported near Humboldt, Nebraska. That action is now heading towards Stella, Schubert, and then across the border into Missouri. There's already been one round of this with a tornado warning currently in Skidmore and Maryville in Missouri. But now that we're advancing that, you can see a whole nother round of thunderstorm activity is now affecting Table Rock. So areas that just got hit had some damages so far has been refined to power lines, power wires that we've been seeing damaged, and trees. Reports have only been that, not any people being harmed in any of these reports. And so hopefully it can stay that way. But as we look north into Iowa as well, Gravity and Bedford are under tornado warning. And that goes all the way to the border of Missouri. So stretching far into Kansas, there are additional warnings here that have been going off over and over. More heavy storms in central Kansas with some hail. And that's actually going to be moving southeast overnight into tomorrow. And then there's supercells coming toward the north that could result in more tornado warnings later on. So where we do know Brett Adair is right now, I'll adjust this and you can see he is on track for yet another tornado warning. That's that one further south near Riley, Kansas. He is currently in Clay Center, and so he's in that heavy rain from a tornado warning, that furthest south tornado warning on the map right now. So Randolph, Oldsburg, Kansas, all in tornado warning. And then a little bit further north, Vermilion is really close in Kansas with the tornado warning, but it's closer to Frankfort, really overhead with that circulation into Beatty where Scott Peak had been. So we'll go ahead and also take a look at Scott's latest view here. And I'll just move things around. But honestly, his is not showing quite as much as the second warning here in that's where Brett Adair is. So I'll make sure I have his latest location for us. He's showing up in, well, let's see. Brett Adair looks like he fell off of the list that I'm using. I'm going to just double check that if I refresh this, that everything is still active then with his stream. So give me a moment here. But no, I'm not seeing his stream anymore. So he might just be getting too close to that again. We're having a lot of connection errors today. So with Reed Timmers, he had gotten a little bit out of sight from the tornado warning that he was able to help with the confirmation of, to get that issued as a confirmed tornado that occurred earlier near Cottage Hill, Kansas. This particular warning is now moved further northeast. So getting his current location here right now. Confirmed tornado. So they're seeing that heavy rain where these areas continue to get hit over and over again. Now it's looking like they made it up toward Frankfort area, between Blue Rapids and Frankfort, Kansas. So this is right on that tail end of the tornado warning that is moving toward Kansas right now to the Nebraska border. So this could very well carry on near Seneca and cross into Nebraska to Du Bois. So maybe like Summerfield, be a little bit further to the east of Summerfield. I believe that's Kansas side. And then once it hits Nebraska, this is going to be close to Du Bois. Pawnee City, Nebraska got hit earlier, or at least had a tornado warning. Some nearby damages, again, trees and power lines. But it looks like they could be having a second round with this particular storm system that we know had a tornado with it. So I'm going to go back and check if any more reconfirmations have come up for any of these tornadoes. And we are still seeing that the observed tag coming up with this particular one that we're looking at now. Now we don't see a defined funnel anymore. The tornado portion ended up passing by Reed and his team. So they are still over there, but what we're seeing now is that heavy rain following behind it. So Beatty is actually where that circulation is now. Scott Peak is right there. He's starting to get a better look at this storm. So we'll hang on, and it looks like it's coming in clear. So maybe we'll catch. It keeps. Turn that off.
Yeah, I do. It looks absolutely. It's done. It just lost its couplet. That's slow up the inner needle. Yeah, the same thing. I just got done punching through that stuff up there. It's like all outflow, so.
Whoa. What's that? Like a bird like trying to commit suicide again?
I think it did a handoff. I don't think it's done. Well, the southern end needs a lot of help then, because it looks like time to get down here.
Ooh, I'm down.
Yeah, that definitely is still coming in a little choppy next to this large storm system. So we had Reed Timmer out there that got some things. We had Brett Adair, who is close to these tornado warnings, helping monitor them, and Scott Peak. At this point, all of the tornado warnings flashing in red are in this really small area where we did have that highest risk posted up in our forecast earlier. So I want to make sure everybody knows through the night where we have the yellow, especially on the east side of the yellow compared to where that line of storms is. I'm going to circle this now. This region here, highest risk through the night for more tornado warnings. So I want to make sure everybody knows you can get our free weather app, United Cajun Navy weather app. You can find a pop-up link to it on our website at unitedcajunnavy.org, or you could just go to the Google or Apple Play stores, type in there for United Cajun Navy weather app, and it pops up. You can sign up to get alerts, and you would be able to just set up all alerts on the overlay with the settings in the app and click on stuff. And when you click on them, it returns all the National Weather Service data. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that for me on here. And so I just use another set. But what we're seeing then with this tornado warning here, you would get a full statement if you were using our app, plus notifications if you were anywhere in that area, or if you saved the location to your area. So I'm going to run through these tornado warnings, see if anybody has any more confirmations of them on the ground. And we'll also turn on the local storm reports and go over that before we decide then if this needs to stay active or if we'll end up cutting the live stream off. So we do know it's important for people to have a place to stay, a safe place in Iowa, especially where this tornado watches through the night and into Missouri. What's going on right now? We'll go north to south. So reports coming in of 1-inch hail. This is in Clarinda, Iowa, 1-inch hail. From this latest storm system, 84-mile-per-hour wind gusts from a personal weather station 2 miles northeast of Shambaugh in Iowa. And this would be another area of a hail core where we could be seeing up to 2-inch hail. This one coming in by an emergency manager at 1.5 inches from this storm system that just passed by College Springs, Iowa. So now this tornado warning, thankfully we're not seeing reports after it's been so close to these cities and emergency managers out there seeing hail. What I'm gathering from this data is that we don't have anything actively on the ground. We haven't had reports of this being on the ground, but absolutely could turn into a tornado on the ground here in Bedford, Gravity, Blockton, Iowa, Clearfield, Diagonal. Really keep an eye on that storm because it does have rotation at the cloud level. It just doesn't appear to be down on the ground, and hopefully it can stay that way. Now in Missouri, we do have some damage reports coming in. It looks like near Maryville, all of these were from yesterday. And so great with this newer storm system that's passing by. This is just an anomaly. It's not actually clear there. There's a few different reasons that radar beams can get intercepted, messed up, especially around big storm systems. So it blinks out there for a moment. It could have to do with hail and other anomalies with tornadoes. So where that tornado warning would be most likely to have something on the ground right now would be west of Maryville, but heading to Maryville very quickly here in Missouri. Just north of Skidmore, so north side Skidmore could be having some trouble. Sheridan, Ravenwood, Missouri, not in that tornado warning, but could be Ravenwood more so with that risk coming up here in the next 30 minutes. There were some damages reported near Humboldt, Nebraska. We do see ping pong ball size hail coming in at 1.5 inches, 59-mile-per-hour wind gust. And I do recall that we did have a couple of these multi-vortex tornado reported north of Falls City, 4 miles southwest of Barada in Nebraska. Another photo of a cone that was south of Dawson. So that is part of this storm system that has made its way into Missouri. A whole nother round is there again. Humboldt, Stella, Schubert, all in tornado warnings right now in Nebraska, as well as Kansas tornado warning. So that's Beatty, where we have had our storm chasers. It says that storm chasers saw the tornado pass in front of them. They're seeing damage from grain bins. And so we will take a look again at Scott Peak. He happens to catch a lot of tornadoes on his live streams and the damages. So not appearing that he was right there in Beatty where it was, but I know he was in that city. And so we are also getting information and sharing views from Reed Timmer, as well as Brett Adair. So just, I have a new set of a software I'm streaming with that just, I can't save multiple views right now, so bear with me while I switch around here. But that tornado report coming in just minutes ago from a storm chaser 5 miles northwest of Frankfort. So we didn't have eyes on that part. We did have eyes on it during these other warnings. This was coming in from Reed Timmer in his stream. So at this point, we could still be having this tornado on the ground, and really the best way to see that is going to be the velocity, that base velocity radar instead. And so we'll take a look at how that's still spinning. It does look like there could still be some wind damages and tornado within this from BD going toward Axtell. So this is a long storm system here stretching across 4 states that we need to keep an eye on overnight. So everybody, please stay safe. We have, looks like as things are getting a little darker, it's going to be harder to see, but we'll keep on with the Storm Chasers views as long as we can. So this is Scott Peak. I'll get his audio back up since he's in a town. Hopefully it'll be nice and clear this time.
Well, here you go. Here's a fry. Don't go too crazy over it.
Crazy. They need to go back to beef towel fries.
I managed to keep my windows open. I wish I would have known because he's been following behind me for a long time. Still was it.
All right.
I was like right up on the 46 and I just saw headlights inside. I was like, what are you guys doing? No, I don't think he was in it there. Well, that might have been a different time.
They're getting really weak.
Topic about these cases if you want your mini back.
What cake?
So it does look like things are successfully lifting up. The multiple vortices we were seeing earlier, the multiple tornadoes on the ground at one time seems to be cooling off, even though we do still have, looks like 4 active tornado warnings: Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, and Kansas that we just went over. They just, however, look like they're weakening in that circulation and even the wind speed. The most likely scenario for a tornado to still be on the ground be right outside of Beatty, Kansas, where we're looking kind of wrapped up in the rain, moving closer to Axtell, Kansas, and then heading toward the border of Nebraska. So as things continue to cool off, this place has already been rain cooled, meaning that it's less turbulent, less likely for another tornado to develop, especially a strong one. And Speaking of strong ones, I'm happy we didn't see anything today like we did yesterday. Although we saw many tornadoes touching down across Kansas and Nebraska, we saw minimal damages. And we saw small tornadoes, really narrow, pretty weak debris profiles as far as how far things are getting flown into the air. As opposed to yesterday, the preliminary reports already are showing that where the St. Liberty, Nebraska tornado touched down and Scott Peak was first on scene to do that search and rescue. The preliminary reports from National Weather Service are saying EF3. There's a chance they could keep going back and find some damages consistent with EF4 that might increase that max being EF5 for the scale of enhanced Fujita tornado ratings. But that, however, right now is sitting at an EF3. Again, yesterday's Nebraska St. Liberty tornado. At this moment, staring out from Beatty, Kansas, we see that things are kind of calming down in a sense, compared to what we were seeing earlier. At this point, tornado warnings blinking on the screen are continuing to decrease in number right now, with 4 of them active. So what's happening with the tornado watch in yellow on the west side of the storm systems is that it's cooling down. It's going to be less and less likely for any tornadoes to form there. So I will be closing up the stream here soon. I just want to make sure I leave everybody with the information that we have a couple of resources that'll help you around the clock if you do want additional storm information. So that, for one, is going to be our Facebook group, United Cajun Navy Weather Watch. That's something where a lot of different meteorologists contribute that we have pre-approved as authors, people that maybe we've done disaster relief work in the field with, or other meteorologists, weather contributors that we just already know and can trust their forecasts. So you'll be able to find those in the United Cajun Navy Weather Watch group. You can also post in there if you have any kind of additional information. But right now, this whole yellow zone is under tornado watch. As we go into tomorrow, there's going to be more thunderstorms forecast with the chance for tornadoes again. So I will be live once again, especially while we have chasers showing us their views in the field tomorrow afternoon. And you can also go to the United Cajun Navy weather app. So that's the last resource that I'll leave you guys with as something that I would suggest using. Making sure that you have access to saving locations. We have a whole playlist on our YouTube channel for United Cajun Navy that shows you how to use that app, how to even kind of track thunderstorms and know if it's a safe time to drive or if you should wait sometimes. But what we're looking at is today's high risk for severe thunderstorms. And that tornado zone with one after another has been right in the middle of that. So really great forecasting. All the light green is non-severe thunderstorms, but as we look at tomorrow, that risk decreases a bit, but also shifts to the east. So this is what we'll keep track of tomorrow. Go ahead and stay safe tonight. Stay alert of any storms if you're in that zone. Again, for today, that's going to be mostly on the eastern side now that we're getting into the later hours of this. So we have cut off the west side of this storm alert area so far. So good night, everybody, and stay